Dan from Hamina here. Today I want to take you through everything that you can do with the free version of Hamina Network Planner. First thing that you need to do if you want to get started is head to hamina.com and then in the top right hand side you're going to see sign up. Okay, so you're just going to click on that button, take you through. The first kind of really important thing you need to figure out is where do you want your data to live? There are two options here. You can either do the European Union or you can do the United States. It makes no difference if you live in the US but you want your data in the EU or vice versa. The only thing to note is that you can't share projects with someone across instances. They are two completely separate services, servers, everything. They're completely separate. So if you did want to get started or you had like a global team, just make sure that you get that instance set up in the first place. I'm going to go with the European Union. I live in the UK, and then I'm just going to sign up with my email address. So I've got a really good email address, danwifipro@gmail.com. So I'm going to use that one. That will ask us to just validate that that's your email address. We'll send you an email and things like that after you've put in your name and your password that you want to use. So let me do that. And I've just agree to the terms and conditions that we've got. Obviously, make sure you read those. I'm just fully aware of what those terms and conditions are. So once you've got your code, you just put your code in, and then we go into here. It's going to ask you a few things just about, what company you work for. So I work for Hamina. I'm based in the UK. What's my role? Let's say I'm the network owner. What's my expertise level? I am a complete beginner. And how did you hear us? I work for Hamina. Okay, and yes, I do want to stay up to date. I promise we won't spam you. We do just send out things that we think will be helpful and useful for you. Okay, so when you land into the tool for the first time, this is what you're met with. You can go and start a blank project straight away. You can have a look at some of the example projects that we've got. So if you open up some of these, we've got some different kind of examples of things that you can check out. You can go and watch a video to learn the basics, or which is really important, I think, is go and have a look at the knowledge base. So if you go to docs.hamina.com, this is like the manual for everything that you can do. So obviously this is going to be a quick video. I won't show you everything you can do, but hopefully it'll be a good kind of introduction to what we've got. Okay, so if we did want to get started, let's start with, say, an office here. So I'm going to choose an office. The country that you choose there does matter because we go and grab the regulatory information for that. Okay, so what you can do now is go and find your floor plan. I'm just going to drag a floor plan onto here like this. We will upload that floor plan. We'll start to do a bunch of things in the background for you. So we'll do things like we'll analyze the scale for you down here. We'll figure out where the walls are and we'll draw the walls in for you, all that kind of stuff. So we've got this kind of basic kind of office layout here. The AI is going to go through and do its thing. You do have a limited run of AI runs in the free version, but we want you to kind of see how things work so you get that kind of stuff working for you. Okay, so you can see here the walls now have come through. If we click into 3D, we get to see those walls straight away. But what we can also do is we can come in and have a look at the walls here and then kind of make any changes to them. So you can see if I zoom out a bit here, it's gone for the external walls. It's guessed that they're concrete. That's fine. We'll stay with that. Let's say all the walls actually are glass doors. All the doors, sorry, are glass doors. So I'm going to change those doors there. The internal walls we're going to say are heavy drywall. That's fine. We've got some other walls here. That actually looks like glass to me. So we're going to say glass from top to ceiling. And then these other internal walls, they look a bit thicker. So it's saying that they're maybe drywall, but maybe they're brick or something like that. So let's add all that in. You can now see kind of how easy that was to do. Now, if there were any kind of mistakes in here or something like that, let's say we wanted to use cubicles. They're not all the way up. We can actually just draw straight over the top of the walls that have been automatically added in for us. We can just draw straight over the top of them, and now we can see them kind of in 3D. And you can see the difference there between the kind of full ceiling height ones and the half ones that are there. One of the things that you'll notice straight away is these windows and doors that we've put in here aren't looking great at the moment. If you come up into the top right hand side and go to your preferences, you can actually turn on some of these higher graphics and transparency effects. So if you come into here, this is where you can also change things like your units of measurement and your units of power. I'm going to leave mine at meters and dBm. And now you can see how the glass is transparent. We can kind of see through that stuff, and we've got things like shadowing and stuff like that in there now. So it looks a bit nicer. Okay, so we've got our walls, we've got our things like that. Let's have a look at the scope zones, right? So this now is going to go and draw around where it thinks that we want Wi-Fi. So let's accept that. If, for instance, we didn't need Wi-Fi in the case records room, I can always come and highlight that and remove that from the scope. So that's kind of nice and easy to do as well. So we don't need there to be Wi-Fi in this area. We don't kind of care about the heat map that's in that space. Okay, so I'm going to turn on so that we can see the 5 gigahertz coverage for the Wi-Fi. And now we're going to go and choose our access point. So let's just pick, say, a Juniper AP47. It's actually what I've got in my room right here now, which is kind of why it came top of mind. And what you can see here, if I hover over the 47, this is the antenna pattern that you get from that AP. So the nice thing is, out of all of the kind of hundreds of thousands of APs that we've got in here from all the different vendors and all that kind of stuff, we have antenna patterns for all of them. So it's not just a generic round circle that you're putting in here. It's the actual antenna pattern that you're getting from that AP. We're going to make sure, yes, we're going to put them all on the ceiling at, say, 2.5 meters. That's fine. Now I can start thinking about where I need those APs to be. So let's say, okay, well, the most important is the, say, conference room and these offices. So I'm going to make sure that those two are covered. And now I'm thinking about, okay, where else do I need there to be coverage? I could maybe put something in the hallway here. I could maybe put it into this one or this one. But you can see, because we've got that brick wall, if I only had 3 APs that I could place, maybe I would have to go in somewhere like the corridor here. So by clicking away now, what I've got is a really good understanding of what my coverage is going to be in this environment. I might want to do something like, okay, do I want to try and move that one further down this way to get better coverage in this space as well? So that might be a really good way. Like I said, because we don't care about the Wi-Fi in this case records, maybe that's the best thing to do. So I've got that. Next thing that I want to do is make sure I've got my switch in there, because obviously APs have to plug into something. So let's say I've got a 12 port 150 watt switch that my stuff is going to plug into. And let's say the comms cabinet is in this room here. So what I can do now is I've placed down my APs, I've placed in my switch, and now all of those APs are automatically plugged into that switch. So if I click on the switch here, I can see I'm using 3 of those ports. I've got 9 ports left. I'm using 87 watts. If I click on this cabling and power details, that's actually going to give me a breakdown of the cable lengths and all that kind of stuff. In the preferences that we saw earlier, obviously we could change that to feet. This would all change to feet instead of meters. Okay. One of the other things that I think is quite cool about the free version of the tool that we have is you can actually add in wired clients to this as well. So say we had a camera in the documents shredding area there, we had one covering kind of reception, we had one on the entrance, and let's say we had one back here as well. The nice thing is we can place all of these CCTV cameras in, or other things. You know, we've got lots of other things that you could add in there, say a printer. Let's say there was a printer in that corner there. And then now when we come over to the switch, you can notice, okay, we don't have enough power. And that's because the printer was taking some power, which obviously we know it's not. And now we can see we're in the right kind of power band. We're not over the power budget that we've got for that switch. And if I come into here now, obviously the cabling and power details, that's now going to have all of the power details and the cabling for not just the APs, but everything else that we plugged into the switch too. Okay, great. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at how the clients would actually use this, right? So if I head over to the client experience tab, I can see here, I can choose my device. Let's say we've got an iPhone 17. So that's 6 gigahertz capable and it's Wi-Fi 7 capable. As I walk in through this building here, I can see how I'm going to transition from AP to AP. So I'm going to roam to that AP. And then as I walk through these doors, I might transition back into this AP if I were to sit here. Now let's say I'm sat there and I'm going to walk through to the conference room, but I'm on a call, so I need to make sure that I can see what's going on. As I walk through the space, you can see here, this is the experience that that user should get as they're walking through. I can walk through as I walk into the conference room, and then I transition over into this one here. So you can always just make sure that the way that things should work, you haven't got someone sat in this conference room still connected to this AP over here. Let's move this AP to say to here. If I were to kind of walk through here now, where I'm connected to this AP, and I walk into this room, even though I'm sat directly under that AP, I'm still connected to this one. So this just gives us a really good way of being able to see how the clients are going to interact with the Wi-Fi that we've created. There's a bunch of other things you can do with the free tool. For instance, if someone were to add you to a project, say they have a license, they can add you to a project so that you can kind of see, you can come in, you can create comments, you can add notes, things like you would be able to say, we don't need Wi-Fi in here. Things like that. You could make that different color. So this is a great way of being able to collaborate with the rest of the team. If you did want to upgrade, that's absolutely fine by us. Not a problem whatsoever. What I'd suggest is head over to hamina.com/pricing. Here you can have a breakdown of the kind of different options, the different tiers that we have, the different types of products. So we've got our planner options, so Planner and Planner Plus. We've got our on-site testing option, which is Hamina On-Site. That's where you take a bit of hardware and you can actually scan the existing Wi-Fi, see what's happening there, so validate what's there already. But you can actually use that data in the planning side of the tool too. And then we've got something called Hamina Live, which is connecting it up to a cloud provider, and that gives you the real-time information directly via the API from that cloud vendor. If you scroll down, we've got a feature matrix here of absolutely everything that happens. If you're still not sure, you can ask our chatbot and ask questions there. It can answer those questions for you, absolutely. Once you're ready and you know what you need and what you want, you can come in back into the tool, hit this upgrade button in the top right, and it will take you through everything you need here. So for instance, I could say, well, I'm going to go for a 6-month license. I've got a project coming up. So I'm just going to commit to 6 months. I'm going to do the designing side of things. And actually, I do want to go and validate what they've got already to inform my design. So I'm going to get a clip and I'm going to get the on-site survey clip. And then I'm going to come through to the checkout. And you can do all of it just with a credit card or something like that directly through the tool itself. I hope that was helpful. If you do have any questions or you did want to contact someone in our sales team, please just email sales@hamina.com. We'll be happy to help in any way that we can.